What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be building 3 battles from Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 5 in Lego. Let's get started. The first mock that I'm going to be building is going to take place on the planet Alderon. Pretty early on, Rex, Ahsoka, Anakin, and Obi-Wan all venture to the planet, while Ahsoka is mainly left behind to just train the group of rebels that are fighting the Separatists. For this mock, I'm going to be doing the streets of Alderon, and instead of having it just a blank base plate with nothing but a flat road and a stupid battle, I decided to add height into the mock by building a house or maybe an apartment. It's really up to your imagination to find out what it is. For detail on the building so it's not super flat, I added a whole bunch of headlight bricks and just put some plates and tiles on it to give it some extra texture. I also added some planters and a couple windows, and now we're on to the battle. I'm going to be placing some bins down for some cover for our rebels, and that's going to complete this first mock. On the top of the roof, I added a secondary battle, as well as a guy on the very top of the roof with a rocket launcher. On the very bottom of the ground, I just used some of my rebel minifigures, as well as adding Ahsoka and my own custom Rex. I also have 2 rebels getting ready to throw in some grenades into the hatches of the AAT, like they practice in the show. That's basically the entire mock. Off to a great start. Let's move on to the next one. My second mock takes place on the planet Aabafar, where a team of droids, including a colonel and R2-D2, run into the clone commander, Gregor. Okay, listen, I know he doesn't look the best, but this is all I got. For the first little bit, all I had to do was really place a whole bunch of white plating on the base plate. Then I did have to go back in the middle and tear up a few to add in a gray base plate because I realized that's not how it was. Then what I did is made an excess amount of bins and scattered them across the mock. To give this mock a little bit more life, I also built an explosion where the droids are gonna go. Since there was a whole bunch of very highly explosive materials, I just saw it fit. Now I just have to sprinkle in the last couple droids and we're done. And that includes R2-D2 and the other astromech droids. Although this mock was pretty flat and the floor doesn't have too much details, I think the bins and the explosion really brought it to life. That's the secret to mock building sometimes. If you have an undetailed mock, basically create a new one on top of it. Hide all the undetailedness. Pretty sure that's not a word, but anyway, the explosion is by far my favorite part of the mock. And with that, we'll move on to the very last battle. Let's get started. My last mock is going to be taking place on the planet Mandalore. This is the arc where Maul sort of gets revenge and kills Satine. But I remember watching it and this scene popped up. I thought it looked amazing, so why not recreate it right now? The minifigures and the crates are just going to have to take up the entire mock and really try and make it come to life with that. I'm also adding some fire pieces around scattered on the ground to just add some more chaos to the mock. And here it is, the last mock completely finished. In the foreground of this mock, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi in a Mandalorian outfit, as well as Bo-Katan next to him. They're both facing Maul at the other end next to the wall, and all around him there is chaos. We have a speeder that's been destroyed and completely up in flames, and a whole bunch of Mandalorians fighting each other all around the mock. This mock definitely wasn't my favorite, but I also wouldn't say that it's horrible. So these are all my Season 5 mocks, and my favorite I definitely have to say is the Alderon mock. The Aabafar comes in close second, but this Alderon mock kind of opened some new doors for me. Like the foliage and the gardening planters in the bottom of the mock, as well as just adding headlight bricks to the wall to not make it super flat and adding some details into the building. It just adds so much to the mock and the story, and overall I just really love it. Next we have the Aabafar mock, which is definitely my second favorite. I think the explosion and all the boxes really did it for me. Although my Gregor minifigure isn't the most accurate. But that's totally fine because other aspects like the explosion, which I think is definitely the best part of this mock, turned out super well. I love making explosions in any mock that I do because I really think it adds story to the mock. Then lastly, we have the third and last mock, which is the Mandalorian mock, which honestly wasn't too bad, just definitely not my favorite. Better luck next time, I guess. But that's gonna round out this video here, so if you guys like this type of content, consider subscribing, leave a like down below, comment down below any suggestions you'd like to see me do, and I'll see you all in the next video.